I want to talk about LSU for a second. Last season, so Brian Kelly did a press conference the other day during their spring practice. Last season, LSU had one player clock 20 miles an hour at spring practice. That was Jaden Daniels, their quarterback. This year, by their second day of spring training, LSU had 9 players clock 20 miles an hour or more. I mean, they're going to be bigger, faster, stronger than they were a season ago when they won the SEC West. It's going to be a dangerous team this year. Look, we took the time to speak to one of our sources close to the program who claimed that the most notable improvement thus far has been that of Jaden Daniels. He's sharper with his decision-making, he's sharper with his pass reads, and he's being encouraged to move in the pocket without scrambling unless necessary. I think that's huge. If that's the case, if Jaden Daniels can take that, if he can make the improvement in his pass reads, in his confidence in throwing the football and not feeling like he needs to scramble and get 5, 10, 15 yards, which is great, but if he can trust himself in the pocket a little bit more and push balls downfield and turn that 15-yard gain into a 30, 35-yard, 40-yard gain, well, LSU is going to be in a lot better scenario, and they already won the SEC West last year. I think with his improvement, this is a team that's ready to take a step up. On top of that, Malik Neighbors, who led the Tigers in receiving a season ago, is emerging as a true captain of that offense, and the connection between he and Jaden Daniels is going to be special. Brian Kelly said, and this was actually Tuesday morning, Brian Kelly said that they're not passing out C's for the jerseys, like the captain thing, but he said he's trending that way. He says the players in that wide receiver room are definitely starting to respect Malik Neighbors as a captain of the team and the leader of that room. I think if he can emerge that way and kind of reshape the culture of the wide receiver room, then I think that's something that we're going to see really take a step up. Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas, and then the freshmen they have coming in. They have 2 4-star receivers coming in that are going to be contributors immediately. On the flip side of the ball, LSU returns defensive tackle Mason Smith. Okay, he got injured on the first defensive possession of the season last year against Florida State. It was a celebrating injury where he tore his ACL. Massive, massive loss for them. He would have been an anchor on that defensive line. He's going to command 2 blockers on every play. It's just the nature of who he is. He's a defensive tackle. He's a huge guy, and he's pound for pound probably one of the top 5 strongest players on LSU's football team, if not the strongest. Look, he's primed to be a force on the D line, and he's gonna cause fits for opposing run games. As far as new guys who will likely earn playing time, I expect to see 5-star defensive end Deshaun Womack. He's gonna play a versatile position. He's gonna rotate between stand-up edge rusher and a jack linebacker. I expect to see more stand-up edge rusher. Just adding that second position of a jack linebacker at LSU, it's gonna be a lot more to learn and more to put on a freshman. I mean, that's the situation they had with Harold Perkins last year, right? He was never a stand-up defensive end or anything like that, but a lot of times he played quarterback spy. He was the guy that was rushing late. He was a delayed rusher, and then he played the jack linebacker spot, even played nickel at times. So it's going to be interesting to see Deshaun Womack, immediately get the reps there and be a contributor on day one. Like I said, I expect him to be an edge rusher and not have to take on too much knowledge and install at the jack position, but I think he's going to be a key for them on the defensive line. Another transfer they picked up, 4-star cornerback Denver Harris. He's going to be mixing the defensive backfield as well. He's going to play a role immediately. LSU should be, in my opinion, they should be the early favorite to win the SEC West. I don't know the betting odds on that. I think there's a couple teams that could push them there. Alabama is one of them. They always are. They're perennially going to be in that conversation for the SEC West, SEC, and then, potentially national championship. They're going to be a really good team. If they can figure out their quarterback room and have a guy who separates himself and can be that leader at quarterback. Look, Alabama always puts out a great quarterback on the field. If they can do that again this year, then they're going to be a team. They're going to be a solid team. There's also teams with experience like Arkansas or Texas A&M. If Connor Wegman can be that guy there, and I think he is. Ole Miss has a great quarterback room. If they can have a guy in Jackson Dart or whoever it may be over there that separates himself, then I think they could be a really deadly offense as well. So I like LSU as the favorite to win the West, but I think there's several teams. That division's a lot closer than it looks. Look, a season ago, LSU was the least favorite. They were They were projected to finish last in the SEC West, and they won it. In that division, that can kind of happen. I don't think this is, I think this is wide open. I don't think LSU's a lock to win the West, but I think early they're probably the favorite. Thanks for watching that clip. You can check out another in the top left-hand corner or the bottom right-hand corner. You can always subscribe as well to this channel or to Cards and Culture. That's linked as well. That's going to be our long-form content.
Yeah, make sure to check out the Discord in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, and we can keep this thing free forever.